Individuality. What does it really mean? See, I think of it in two ways. You can only know you're one out of 7 billion people. Or embracing that you know that you are one out of 7 billion people. But nowadays, society has made it confusing between the two. I bet that almost everyone in this room has had an I wish I were them moment. Looking at the images, classroom magazines, and billboards, thinking that we can take bits from those people to become the perfect being. If I had their body build, and if I had their hair, and if I had their teeth, I would be perfect. Society has made this normal, to want to change, to want to be someone else, someone you're not, all because of this image that we now hold that will make you fit in, and if you step out of line, you are now considered the oddball or weird. Think of it like a basket of apples. If you find an apple that is bumped, bruised, or bashed, it's automatically labeled unappetizing when that apple was completely fine to eat. That is like social groups. If you find a person that doesn't look or act the norm, they are now left out. Is this really how we are going to be looking at people? Is this really how we are going to be looking at the world's people today? I think that this sounds completely shallow. Have you ever heard the term, beauty is pain? It means that an individual will go through things that will physically hurt their bodies or just go out of their minds trying to change, trying to be those images on those magazines. But all this is like you're plastering the words judge me, big bold letters across your forehead, no longer being looked at as you, but now being looked at as no more than a statue being placed on a scale for measurement of beauty and poise, being judged whether or not you're worthy enough to be talked to or interacted with based on your outer appearance. We praise looks more than we praise minds. Look at who we have made famous today, people who do no more than look appealing. We reward those who fill themselves with 30% silicone to become life-size Barbies and televise pointless arguments that any person with actual reason can solve in just 10 seconds. When we should be rewarding those who save lives, make groundbreaking discoveries, and work hard to where we are today to be the best that they can be. Success that was earned, not just walking up and down one way and making products that could do no more than bring up insecurities. All the advertisements we see, the videos we watch, and the things we hear have pushed us to think there is one way and one way only we should think and look for in people. Men should be tall, strong, muscular, and brave, and women should be thin, pretty, and fragile. But once we turn to reality, not everyone fits these images. We are all one person, but society has brainwashed us to think otherwise. Words being pounded into our heads over and over again, telling us it is okay to look at those people as a matter of ugly or beautiful and judging them to find perfection. However, we can't ever reach perfection. It is one thing that is always one step ahead, but being yourself and being original is something that is always in reach because it's so easy to accomplish. Throw away all the thoughts and the worries about being someone else to be accepted and start building up the affirmations so you can look at yourself in the mirror and accept you for you before worrying about anyone else. I believe this is important for us to remember, as we are now stepping out of being the seniors in elementary school and now stepping into being the minor niners in high school, where it's so easy for us to lose track of who we are to try to fit into a crowd even more. Like the famous essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Thank you.